Hey everybody, it's Zori from OneScales, and I'm really excited to make this video, which is Shopify post-purchase upsells. It's a functionality that I really think that every single Shopify store should have. It's genius. It actually increases your sales. It's very easy to set up, and it's available to everybody. It's not only for Shopify Plus, although Shopify Plus has some additional features you can do in the checkout, but I want to actually cover what everybody can do right here, and if you have any questions, let me know. It's genius. Post-purchase, basically when a customer goes to the checkout, after they order successfully, on the thank you page, it'll say, hey, do you want to actually order this one as well? Add it to your cart. You don't need to actually put in your credit card again. You just click here and it'll add to your cart. And that's it. It's really easy. It's really, really well. And if you think carefully how to do it for your business well, you can increase your sales really, really well. Let me show you an example of this, which I set up for this video. I have, for example, apparel store. I have shoes and t-shirts and bags and stuff like that. Someone will go, I made this just for the video. And some customer goes to the website, wants to buy shoes, for example. So I want to upsell to them socks. So when they go to the checkout, they go successfully checkout. I'm going to go right here, for example. This is just my demo store. Don't worry about the credit card number. And they successfully order. What's going to happen is the order gets created, the email gets sent, and there's going to be confirmation, right? The order is there, but the order confirmation page is actually kind of in a intermediate version. So now I can actually upsell, hey, you ordered shoes. What about you actually order this sock, for example? And again, this is just a demo, so don't worry about the products. And then I can decide if I want to do it. I don't need to put the credit card in. If I click yes, that's it. It's already, I ordered it. That's it. I can upsell more than one product. I can actually upsell another one. For example, I declined this as a customer and I finished, and now I have my success page, and I can even upsell one more time on the thank you page as well. But the thank you page, you actually have to check out again and put in the order again, the credit card on the checkout page. But in the post-purchase, you don't need to put in the credit card again, which is why I really like it better than the thank you page. So let me show you how I do this, what you guys should be aware of. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. And you guys should really implement this. It really, really works well. So I like to use an app called Aftersell. There's a few apps out there. Do your research, obviously. I really like this one because it fits more advanced requirements, because I was actually looking in the past for one, and there's a few different ones, and this one really supported what I needed, which was variant products and better reports, and so it fit. There's other ones out there. I really think this one's the best one, but do your own research. Every business is a little bit different. You might have subscriptions, which you need a different app to use or something else, but I'll link everything here in the comments. You'll have Aftersell, and then do your own research. And obviously, if you have anything you recommend, let me know. So really simply put, Aftersell. When you actually want to set this up, I'm going to show you how the backend works. You're just going to set up some simple rules. You can have multiple rules, which is very, very important, because you want to be more custom to your users. You don't want to upsell the same product to everybody. You should sell socks to someone who buys shoes, but someone that's buying a hat, they don't want to buy socks necessarily, right? That you can upsell another hat, or maybe some relevant attribute. Maybe the hat is of a basketball team, maybe like Lakers. You can sell them a Lakers t-shirt or something like that. So you got to really be smart about this and spend some time. But once you set it up correctly, you're going to get more revenue. It's really, really genius. So I'll show you what I did right here, and I'll show you additional detail and things to think about, and we'll go here. So what I said is, hey, if anyone buys, for example, shoes, or anyone buys anything on my site, I want to upsell socks. So I click here on the rule that I set up. Obviously, you can set up a new rule right here, and you should have multiple rules on your store. And it has 3 steps, really, really easy steps. First of all, the trigger. When do I show and upsell this sock? When someone actually successfully orders, they successfully order, the order got created. That page that is between the thank you and the intermittent thank you and the real thank you, when do I show it? Here it's going to say, just show the socks always. Every single order, everybody would have it. That's the lazy way to do it. What I were to do is go here to enable product collection, click on edit, and I would go actually, for example, collections, and I would actually go to my collection called shoes, or maybe, certain brands or something like that, right? I would select it and then click on save. Now I'm going to actually delete this for a second and go here. But the nice thing is you actually have a lot of triggers you can set up, only for specific products or collections, for certain amounts, right? Maybe it's above $100 or above 500, above 5 quantity, a certain customer, a certain product, a certain discount code, a certain traffic. Maybe if someone comes from Google Ads, you will give them a different upsell if someone comes from your Facebook ads, things like that. You have currencies, shipping countries. You have so many different triggers. It's really, really good because it's going to take your order and then figure out what's in the cart and who's the customer. And then you can trigger what to upsell based on them. You should actually have a lot of triggers for your site. So once you do that, you click on next, and then you're going to decide what to upsell. So we already said specified here when to upsell. Now what? So for example, I specified right here, I want to upsell the sock, but actually I did an A/B test. Let me simplify a little bit and I'll explain. So you can upsell the sock and say, you know what? I want to upsell the sock. I'm going to edit the offer right here. And right here, I can specify, first of all, I can change it a little bit about the content. So I can have some text right here. So this is here, the name before you go. This is the default. I can change that. I can have some additional text. I can edit a little bit. The timer, do I actually give them some urgency, some sense of urgency, which is typically really, really good to do. I would leave it at the 10 minutes. You can make it a little bit shorter, but urgency is very important. So the words you use also should be probably changed for something a little more urgent, but a timer is really good. And you can change some of the words here. The next one is the product itself, right? The product, you can change the product, obviously, and you can have all these settings. The most important one that most of people use is actually discount. Do I want to discount it just for this order, just for the thank you page? For example, 20%, it'll automatically discount it and highlight it, which is really, really nice. You can specify, hey, this is 20% off just for right now, just for your order. This is a sense of urgency. Here's a timer, etc. And then you can have all these other settings. For example, do I want to offer free shipping? Yes or no? Do I want to even hide this row? You can hide a few things. You can change a few things. And you can show some variants. You can show out of stock, don't show out of stock, all these kind of settings. So once I finish, I click on save and I'm finished. The other thing is what you can do is when the order gets placed successfully, this is the product you wanna show. If they accept it, you can decide either don't show anything. That's it. Just go to the thank you page and finish. Or if they accept it, you can decide to show something else. Or if they decline, you can show something completely different. This is what they call upsell number 2 and downsell. So for example, if I decline this, you can maybe sell something a little cheaper or something a little less frightening or, something like that. So you can do this. You can also decide not to do it. I can say, you know what? I don't want to bug my customer too much, which most likely you also want to do. I only want to sell this sock if someone bought this kind of shoes, and that's it. Don't bug them. I don't want to have an extra step, an extra step, an extra step. Once you do that, I'm going to actually refresh because I don't want to change this. Then you just click on next. So I go here, next. I finish this, next. And then I can also customize my thank you page. If I want to upsell on the thank you page, I can click here, which I'll show you in a second. Or if not, I click on save. If I click on save, I need to make sure it's turned on and it's going to start running. That's it. So let me go right here. Let me show you the thank you page. You can click here on edit scripts and you can actually decide if you want to have an upsell. For example, you'll have these 3 sections. Do I want to have a pop-up right here? For example, a certain discount, for example, 25% off the whole thing of the entire site. I can click right here. I can decide if it's on the entire site or some products or things like that. Or I can actually put right here, let me show you one more thing right here. I can decide if the upsell is going to be on the left side or on the right side. I can decide that. For example, I decided to add it via add widget product recommendation, and it'll actually be right here, the specific product. I can actually add it right here, very simply put. Okay? You can have a few things. In general, the thank you page should be carefully done because you don't want to show too many upsells. Upsells on the thank you, between the thank you and the order, and then also on the thank you. Just don't spam too much. Don't go too crazy, but you have a few different strategies depending on your business and your products. Okay? Once you did that, click on save. It's obviously activated. You're good to go. So what you can actually do, one more thing I want to add here on your upsell, is you can do A/B testing. A/B testing is basically a way for you to test 2 different variations to see which one people buy more, which one people click more. Okay? So if I click on a A/B test, I can actually change a little bit about the offer, maybe make the discount a little higher or a little lower, or I can compete 2 different products, maybe this sock versus that sock, and see how people use them differently. Once I actually do that, let me duplicate this offer, for example. I click on, once I set it up, of course, I'll set up everything, edit offer, And then I click on start. And when I click on start, the nice thing you're going to see is, let me go back right here, because I changed it, you won't see old data. Right here, you'll be able to see an analytics button, which you can actually see a report which will show you the data, the conversion rate of the offer of product A and product B. And because I actually showed you in this video, it deleted the data I wanted to show you, so apologize for that. But you can actually see the data, and over time you'll see which one converts better, and then you can decide just to show that one. Okay, and you have that. What else do we have right here? I think there's a few things that are very important. You should most likely have more than one offer, more than one upsell for your site. Many sites might have 10 or 20 as well. If you have multiple, when an order gets placed, a situation for one specific customer with one specific cart, when it gets made, only one of these rules will actually apply. So depending on how you set up these rules, the trigger might actually apply on multiple rows, multiple rules, and only one of them apply. So what you need to do is, if you have conflicting ones, you need to click on manage priority right here and drag the most important ones to the top, so they'll actually trigger before other ones. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any question or an example you want to give me, I can actually tell you which one is actually important to do. But there is a priority, which is very, very important, because you're not going to show 20 rows of these, 20 products upsell. Just one is going to catch, and that's it, based on your rule that you set up right here in the trigger and the priority. Whatever the highest one is, it will trigger. Okay, now each one of these obviously has analytics. You can actually see here in the analytics right here the data. So let me look at the last few days. You can see the revenue, how much additional money was made by these upsells, how many times these upsells, the post-purchase, have actually shown, and how many times they've actually been ordered, accepted. You can see the data by day. You can break it down. You can export revenue per visitor, conversion rate, how many times it showed divided by how many times people actually ordered, the impressions, the accepted orders, and the upsell value. What is the average value that has been added to every single order that has been shown? And some drop-offs, how people are dropping off. Are people actually clicking an order? Are they not? What are the percentages? And a nice thing you have right here is which products actually have been sold, which position have they been in. The first upsell, the upsell if they've accepted, or the upsell if they declined, the thank you page, and the revenue. So you can actually both debug your products and see which one is performing the best. So you actually show those more and more. And if you have more than 5 per row, you can actually see next page, next page, next page. Okay, what else can you do? Order browser. This is a way for you to see your orders, just like you have the orders on the left-hand side. You can see your orders, but you'll actually see additional data. In addition to the actual order number, which you can see right here, you can actually see has that order been triggered to upsell something, and has it been accepted. So skip means they declined the upsell. They just want to order what they actually wanted, and that's it. Accepted means they saw the upsell and they actually added something to their order. Okay, and the same thing is this is on the after the order gets placed, and this is on the thank you page, which we showed after, right? So most of the time you probably want to do this one, but depending on your situation, you might want to consider otherwise. You can see everything here. If you click on an order, it looks very similar to an order detail that you see here, but you actually see the events. So you can actually debug if your flows and your rules are correct, if they've been triggered, and you can actually see additional data right here. So this is something very, very nice. If you go to your order, let's see order 1024, for example, the real orders, you can actually see a few additional things. The app actually creates a tag so it knows what to look at. So you can see if it was created by the upsell, and you can see all your data right here is inside, right? It was basic. It's not a separate order. It was added to the same order because they use a credit card. If you use Shopify payments, that credit card, you can just add it without them putting the credit card in. So let's go to a few more things I think are very, very important, and we're going to finish here. And as always, I'm going to say again, if you have any questions, let me know. So the analytics we covered, the funnels, the rules we covered, the order browsers we covered. Post-purchase, this means what we're talking about in the video, that after they order successfully, they'll see it between the thank you page and the order successful. Now, there is another one here in the app for Checkout Editor. This is only available if you have Shopify Plus, and we're actually working on videos to do many videos on upsells and in general Shopify Plus, which we'll cover this in a different video, but this will only be workable if you actually have Shopify Plus, which you can actually do the upsells in the widgets on Shopify Plus in the checkout page. This is after they order. After the checkout page, this is also in the checkout page. So you can have multiple views. First upsell on the checkout page if you have Shopify Plus, and then after they order successfully, you can do a post-purchase, and then you can do a thank you page. You have kind of like a funnel, like step 1, step 2, step 3. But if you're not Shopify Plus, you can only do these purchase right here, which is funnels. You cannot do checkout or checkout right here. You can see some basic information, some documentation, etc. One more thing you need to know. If you actually enable the thank you page 1, you need to make sure that in your settings, you actually, after you installed it, of course, you go here to checkout and you go down right here. And first of all, in order to have the post-purchase, you actually have to, after you install it, select this. If you don't select it, it won't work. And you actually have to have order status additional scripts, which most of you have upgraded to the new version of Shopify, but you actually have to go back to the old version, and hopefully within a few months, Aftersell will upgrade to the new version. But if you actually have the new version, then you can actually not see the thank you page 1. So that's something to note. You have right here, and in future, they'll probably upgrade. For sure, they'll upgrade to the new one. Hopefully they'll do this very soon, because by the end of 2024, this will no longer be supported. So be careful on that, but just something to note why your thank you page might not show upsells. Okay. Let's see what else, and we're almost really close to finish. So Aftersell, we'll obviously share the link. You guys can install it, work on it, and the funnels are really good. Don't forget to put a lot of funnels and think about the different connections. One more thing about funnels I think is very important. When you create a new funnel, you can use their templates, which actually has multiple steps, which is really nice. If you're new, you should actually use them and edit them. Or like me, you actually start from scratch and you go here. So let me show you one more thing you can actually do. I want to show you edit funnels, new funnel number 2. Let's say I'm showing, it doesn't matter what I'm showing. I click here. I can click here as select product. I can actually upsell a single product or multi-products, so more than one product, and say upsell 3 products if I want. Okay. Now, one nice thing you can do if you actually select it, you can specify which product you want to upsell, but you can also re-upsell the most expensive product in cart or the least expensive, or you can use Shopify's recommendation engine to actually go to automatic upsell, and they will decide over time with your sales and all that, the recommendations, they will decide what to upsell, which is a nice thing that I wanted to show. That's basically it. I think we covered everything. Let me know if you have any questions. I really appreciate you guys are listening to this. I really hope this helps you increase sales on your website, and I know it does. So try to use it. Let me know how it works for you. Just update us. So we're making content for you guys for free to help you guys do better online with tech, e-commerce, marketing, everything we know. We're trying to make videos and articles on onescales.com, on our YouTube channel, on social media. If it helped you in any way, just say hi. I want to know that it helped you. It means a lot to know that our content is actually being useful, helping you guys. Just let us know how it works, how everything is. Much, much appreciated. And if this video helped you in any way, aside from saying hello and telling me if it worked for you guys, we'd love if you can subscribe to YouTube channel and social media. Subscribe, share with a colleague, with a friend, with a parent. We're trying to grow this. We're getting really good feedback, and we're growing step by step, slowly. And this is for you guys. So say hello, subscribe. Much, much appreciated, guys. And we'll be making more and more content for you guys. Thank you.